Hey, welcome to. I think this is episode 2. Oh fuck, am I already that bad at counting? I didn't even
Yeah,
change the
it's
stream title. Yeah, this is totally episode 2, guys. Of Jesters and Dragons. It is a kind of lighthearted 5th edition campaign. Where we just we kind of goof off, and it's
good time.
yeah. I totally lost what I was gonna say. It's fine.
It's
Uh,
fine.
We're gonna start with character introductions. Starting with Jackson, you're the farthest on the left, so we're gonna start with you with character introduction.
Alright.
So tell us a little bit about your character and who you are deep down
Alright.
as a person.
So my name's Jackson. I'm a student right now, and this is officially my 3rd session ever of D&D. Yeah, who know? This campaign until he dies. So hopefully for the foreseeable future, I'm playing Calamir. He's a gold dragonborn fighter, and level 2 now because we just did level 2 last game.
I totally didn't just start recording. That's fine. That's fine. I recorded like right before you started your character introduction.
Okay, we're
fine.
good then. Alright, most gold dragons are lawful, good, but Calamir is true neutral, so he's a little edgy. Just because I can't put up with playing a lawful good character the entire time. That's all. Yeah.
All right.
next?
We're gonna go with Void next.
Hey, I'm going to be playing as Muriel, who's a warlock, but the race will not be disclosed until later on, because I want to keep it that way. Yeah. And, yeah, this is not my first campaign. It's actually been a couple. And, yeah. I guess that's it.
What exactly does your character wear?
Oh, it's like a full, okay, it's like a really tattered old ceremonial robe that, he took off a dead person.
Okay. I mean, that's how you get most of your clothes, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I need clothes, like,
Well, in his
Goodwill's
case, he didn't
closed.
have a choice.
I don't know about you guys, but Goodwill is closed around me, so if I need new clothes for cheap, I just go to the cemetery.
Yeah, definitely.
Dumpster clothes and new relationship.
Alright. We're gonna, Gray, what's your, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Myself or my character?
Both at the same time. And don't tell us which until after.
Shut up. My name's Gray. I work in IT, and I'm looking forward to returning to college for my master's degree in psychology. I'm playing Darius Dalvareth. He is a catfolk bard who plays the violin and is sort of a childish idiot.
And how good do you, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think that Darius plays that violin?
I'd give him like a solid 6.5.
Okay, so, like, passable.
Where 5 is like middling, yeah, I think he's pretty okay, but he's not gonna be, clearing out the fucking any real big theaters anytime soon.
He's not gonna be, like, ripping an awesome solo aboard, like, a rocking boat through crashing waves.
Probably not.
Okay. Aspen, why don't you go next?
My name's Aspen. I am playing Zagora Grimskull, and just like Calamir's character, this is only my 3rd session playing D&D, so still getting accustomed to a lot of the setup and whatnot. But so far, it's been an amazing source of entertainment, I should say. I personally want to go back to college once all this virus stuff gets over. I want to go for some sort of veterinary medicine or microbiology, as those both interest me. So, and my character is just kind of she's a tiefling warlock as well. kind of an asshole, kind of pushy, kind of stupid. But that's the role that I'm playing today, so we'll go with it.
Okay. And yeah, so we have 3 warlocks, a bard, and a fighter today. Rachel,
dead.
Rachel, you want to tell us about your 3rd warlock?
Okay, alright. So, I'm Rachel. I'm a professional loser. My character is Lilith Grimskull. She's a tiefling warlock as well, but she's the twin sister to Zagora. Our characters kind of use each other as a crutch, and I don't know if I really have much of an identifiable personality, either with Lilith or my own, but yeah. I have a very moderate experience with 5e, and it's good. It's a good time. I'm excited to play.
And then I am the DM. My name is Barry. Right now I'm actually out of work. Interesting story. Basically leave of absence. Self-imposed quarantine. Yada yada. If anybody is watching this from YouTube 10 years down the line, a good way to date this is right before coronavirus hits the fan. Wait, no, I said that wrong. I mixed up too.
Right before we all die.
It's right before we all... If there are any survivors in the future...
This is the meme that we left of it. You have to learn from our experiences.
In D&D.
Witness what we had to do in boredom.
Yeah.
I don't have a character. I am just the DM. Unfortunate, I know. But no, actually, I really like DMing for you guys, so it's fine.
It's fun. I swear.
We're actually
Mosey on.
we're actually going to hop right into game with my question of what are you got? So we're gonna hop right into game, and it's like early in the morning for you guys. Like you all just woke up. You're coming downstairs and you like sit at your table. Maybe some of you are groggy. Maybe some of you aren't. Regardless of whatever, like you're all sitting down and you're like contemplating on what you want to eat, like for breakfast.
Egg.
I start to kind of huff the air, and I just smell sizzling meat, and that has made my decision.
Oh, I'm totally gonna go with hair of the dog.
I imagine
No.
Calamir probably eats the same thing every morning. That's just kind of how I see him.
It's
So,
a
whatever
I'm
that
sorry.
might be. No, keep going.
It's a quiet and peaceful day. You know, as you guys walk down the stairs, you saw, you know, light streaming in from outside. It looks like it's a fairly average spring day. It's a little quiet in here. Anyone who is drinking lightly. There's just a few people in here. You know, it's like maybe 20% full. And as you guys look around, there's some kobolds, actually, like, well, specifically one kobold over at another table, like, seemingly taking their order. Specifically, oh fuck, what is your name? Calamir, what is your opinion on kobolds?
Our Dragonborn known to have a specific opinion on kobolds, because I don't know if he minds.
It depends. I mean, I'll let you... Do you have any opinions on them?
I don't think he has any innate, like, hatred towards any race. I'm sure it's, like, based on his experiences with them. I'm sure he just thinks of them as, like, still, like, humanoid-ish, like, creatures, but they're, like, below, like, dwarves, elves, humans, dragonborn, everyone else. So they're, like, lesser.
Yeah, for any of you who don't know what a kobold is, a kobold is a kind of small reptilian creature that is kind of the butt end of a lot of jokes. They are considered to be sentient, but they're also considered to be pests. Like they're barely sentient in some cases. They're not very smart. and they're very klutzy, and most people don't really like them. In fact, if this were any other town, they'd probably be driven out, like, or killed, or tortured for fun. Kobolds are not well liked, but some find them endearing and funny, but kind of in like a trying to find a good analogy.
Laughing at them instead
Yeah. Laughing at them kind of way. And there's a green little kobold over, like, at this table. And he's looking up at a bunch of, like, elves who are just, like, looking at him with the absolute, like, disgust as he has this little notebook in his hand and, like, a little quill in the other. And he's listening to them talk, but he's not writing anything down. He's just, like, staring at them.
I'm not really.
Does he look like he's just a random kobold that's just in here? Like, he doesn't work here? Or does
Maybe.
he?
I mean, you guys just got down here and sat down.
Okay.
And, I suppose after a little bit, you guys are still pretty quiet, you know, you're still waking up. And he goes to the back. Like, he walks back, I can't really draw it, but, like, you know, he goes behind the bar and he goes into the kitchen. And he pushes the door open with great, effort. Because, you know, he's a small little creature. Maybe, like, 3 feet tall at most. With his little tail dragging behind him, and he walks through into the kitchen. You guys still haven't had your orders taken, but it's not that much time has gone by. No, they do not look like the second kobold there.
Okay. not the fluffy ones, they're like the lizard ones.
Yeah. They look a little more derpy than that first image.
I just decided to lay my head down at the table and continue to try and get some extra Z's in.
Yeah, I'm like resting my head on your shoulder, like falling asleep.
It's not that early.
I'm not a morning person.
Ah.
I was up till 3 a.m. staring at the moon, nothing else.
Contemplating what it must mean.
Yes.
Moon. Good.
Why was that? Okay, that's fine. Why is Roll20 so derpy? It's fine. Alright. And then after a little bit, the kobold comes out, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes later with a platter of stuff, and he's like having trouble carrying, like he's holding it above his head as he tries to walk. Girga's behind the bar, and he's just like washing stuff down, or like wiping out glasses, or wiping the bar down. There's no one actually at the bar, and he's keeping it, like, he's glancing over at your table and the elves occasionally, but he's not really paying much attention. And at some point, the kobold trips over Girga. Like, you know, Girga...
Oh, no.
Girga turns around and tries to, like, grab a bottle off, and, like, they crash into each other. And Girga, like, you know, takes a step back as food and drink clatters to the ground. He's like, oh god, I have a sore throat, so apologize, my Girga. Ah! What are you doing? But oh god, that's not good. It's fine. It's fine.
He woke up with a bit of a sore throat too.
Yeah,
the corona's going around.
And Girga starts yelling and chastising the kobold, and points a finger back at the kitchen, and the kobold kind of cowardly retreats back into the kitchen, almost crying.
No.
And Girga sighs and gets out like a mop and a bucket or something and starts cleaning up the mess.
Aww.
The crash has thoroughly woken me up, and now I just look very disgruntled.
Me too. I'm just kind of like, there's just like snot kind of coming out of me.
I'd like to probably have a well, a better look at the elves that seem to be the kobold serving. See if there's anything that stands out.
Nothing terrible. I mean, give me a perception check.
First roll. Not bad.
Not bad. You look over and, I mean, they're elves, you know. One of them has like leather. Actually, it's a group of 4 elves, and 2 of them have leather armor on, and the rest seem to be just wearing normal clothes. And they look over at this clattering and spillage, and shake their head and like go back to talking to each other, and you can only assume it's rumors and gossip and elven things, but they're speaking Elven, and I don't think anyone here speaks Elven, do you?
I knew.
Oh. They're kind of murmuring amongst themselves, and you can't really hear it from there.
Alright. I don't think I'm really actively listening.
Yeah.
Alright, so only 2 of them are wearing leather armor, you said?
Yeah.
So they look like any bodyguards, or they're just...
Possibly. I mean, they do have like a short sword at each of their sides. They seem more like equals to the other 2 elves, or at least as far as you can tell. You're not really engrossed in elven culture. Dryas, what have you been doing this whole time?
Mostly just watching and listening.
Uh-oh.
He's pretty hungover. And is just... Look, when you spend most of your evenings dancing and traipsing and playing music for money, it's going to lead to a lot of hangovers, and that's basically the situation we're in right now. Is just, let's be quiet and see what happens.
Why am I
Because my
hearing
head
you?
hurts too much.
Why am I hearing you twice?
I'm not.
Do you have Twitch open?
Yes, but it's paused.
I'm
Yeah,
only
but you
hearing
did.
him once.
I'm
Same.
on you once.
It might be
Yeah,
input
sure.
from another person's mic,
No,
like through
no,
their
it's
head.
like at the same time.
Here's 2 of him.
Oh god. I have absolutely no idea why I'm hearing you twice.
Have him talk and see if anyone else's mics light up.
Let me see if I can.
Doesn't seem like it.
I had my mic mute most of the time, so I don't think it would be coming from me.
Hopefully it's fine. Alright. And then maybe like 2 minutes after that circumstance happens, another kobold comes out, and this one, like, you don't, you know, they're small creatures, so you only see like the tip of their horns, like, as they're walking behind the bar. But like as this one emerges, you notice that it's actually a blue kobold, and it also has a notepad and a quill in his hand, and he walks on over to your table, and he just kind of stares at you guys and like looks between you and goes, "Eh?"
I'm gonna look at him and say, it looks like anyone can just get the job here.
Damn, you an asshole.
I give you a high 5.
He just looks
Way
at
to get a backbone, sister.
he just blinks at you and says, yeah."
Can I would, Calamir no, but what type of like breakfast foods do they have here? Or like just general food?
It's like generic tavern food, you know? Like, you've got your bread, you've got your soup, you've got a block of cheese, you've got sausage, you got eggs, you got bacon. You know, oh, you've also got oatmeal?
Yeah, that probably sounds right. Sure. I'll look at him like, he has the notepad. So I'll just assume that he's here to take over and not really like ask him because I saw him from out of the back. I'll say, I'll have an oatmeal. See what he does.
He sticks out his tongue and starts like using the notepad,
Okay.
like dragging the quill over it, and then he looks up at the rest of the table after like maybe 10 seconds of this.
I'll
I'll
have a-
take the bacon.
What'd you say?
I was just saying that I'll take the bacon.
All right, what is everybody ordering?
Egg.
Sausage and bread.
Bacon here too.
All right. He looks at everyone and then it like for like maybe a solid 10 seconds in silence before he realizes that everyone's order has been taken. He goes, "Oh, okay, I'll get that right out." And then he waddles off and looks at his note and like turns it to the side and tilts his head at the same time in the opposite direction and like scratches his head as he walks back to the kitchen.
Well,
He's
Silly
a little
kobolds.
fellow, isn't he?
All right.
They're cute.
So, maybe like 5 minutes after this, the door to the kitchen opens again, and another platter comes out. And on this platter is a bunch of ingredients. And you see the blue kobold making his way over to your table with the platter held high above his head. And he places the platter down on the table. And then he jumps up on the table, and he starts dishing out the quote-unquote food. In front of whoever ordered egg, you get a single uncooked, uncracked egg. Whoever ordered bacon, you get like a small bit of baking powder. I forget what everyone else ordered, but it's like equally as silly. And then he hops.
The oatmeal, what would that been? Just
What?
just the
what-
fried oatmeal?
Yeah, it's just like
Milled oats.
he has just a bunch of oats that he like scoops out of a bowl and then places it on the table in front of you, and like looks up at you and gives you an approving nod. And then afterwards he hops down off the
You
table.
ought you.
I'm just gonna like shake the like yolk around in the egg curiously because I've never felt the sensation in an egg before.
I
So,
sneeze and all my
just have
baking powder
pile of
flies.
baking powder.
Bacon.
can I go stand up and just like walk over to Girga and try to talk to him?
Yeah, Girger doesn't seem like he was paying too much attention, but like once you walk over, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not his. Oh, I don't remember your name.
Calamir.
Calamir. How can I help you? Ale?
No, I just had a couple questions. So these kobolds that work here, why?
Well, no one else was willing to be a cook.
Girga. We ordered. My friend, my traveling companion, ordered an egg, and he brought us an uncooked egg, still in its shell.
He scratches the back of his head, kind of like, eh. He looks around the bar and he says,
Don't forget the baking powder.
Oh.
"He gave you baking powder. Kobolds!" He turns and yells, and he enters, like pushes open the kitchen door, and you hear him yelling at some kobolds in like a language that you don't understand. I don't think I would be very surprised if any of you spoke kobold.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Yipping and barking.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, he yells at them, and maybe like you're kind of sitting there awkwardly, like a kid who's like just told on their like sibling, and it turns out that the parent freaked out way more than you thought they would, and you're just like there like twiddling your thumbs, like, oh no.
No, I don't think Calamir cares too much.
Okay, you don't care at all. And like after a while, Girga comes back out and he touches his fingers to the bridge of his nose and he goes, "I have a job for you. We need a cook. We need a permanent cook. These. I'll deal with the waitress later, but we need a cook. Like, we don't have a cook. The last one died in a fire accident, and it's been hard finding another one since. You know how rowdy this tavern is and the reputation it has. I'll pay you. What would it take to get you to find a good cook?
If you want to come over and talk to the party at our table, I'm sure they'd be happy to help.
He waves over the party and calls out to you. They can come over here, he says, turning to you.
Yeah, okay. I'll turn to them and say, guys, come here for a sec.
I can't
I come
control
over with my
character
egg.
for some reason.
Move your tokens. Bring them over.
I can't move the token.
Uh-oh.
I just put my own extra token on.
Let me see if I can assign that to. Oh yeah, control.
Yeah, there's like a little baby cigar.
There you go. You should be able to control it now.
There we go.
I was not able to control mine, so I just made a little one.
She's a little baby.
Yeah. God, I need to fix all the tokens today, huh? All right,
Token's broke.
let's fix this.
Tokens broke.
Token machine broke.
All right, so you guys go over there.
Yeah.
And
Why did we walk over here? I ask.
Oh, I thought you would keep talking. And just, like, explain it. But...
well, you said let me bring my party over here.
Okay. I'll tell him. So, in light of recent events, Girga here is looking for a new cook, and he asked us if we would be willing to take on a job for him and go try to find one. I'm not sure what that entails yet.
I just laughed because I say, don't you guys recall the last time I cooked for you? The wolf meat?
Not you,
I'm out. I'm out.
I'll turn back to Girga and ask, so what does this job entail? Because I'm not sure how much we would need to charge. It depends on what we would have to do to find a cook.
He scratches his chin. Well, I really just need a good cook, you know? Someone who can make really good meals and won't run off when an adventurer throws a fireball in the tavern. And then promptly gets killed by me, but, you know, there's some adventurers, you know, you've seen it, who forget that they're not allowed to cast spells in here.
Yeah. Do you know, are there any cities nearby that are, urbanized? I don't know if they'd use that word back then, but there are like bigger cities where there'd be a lot of people looking for work, and we might be able to find someone who has these like specialized talents of being a cook.
And probably far enough away so that they don't know the reputation before we try to pitch it to them.
I'll ask your guy. I imagine you searched through all of Wayland trying to find someone.
No.
No?
No.
They could be here then.
I just put up a help wanted sign and no one came. Except these three. Which, at first I was okay with, because they were working on exposure, but if you want any advice, don't ever hire someone for exposure. It's always a bad idea.
Spitting life lessons.
So I'll bring you guys over to the map. And Girga kind of scratches his head as he thinks, and he says, well, most places kind of know about here. I don't know if it's really possible to go somewhere where you're guaranteed that they won't hear about this place. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but you know how it is. But our, Storm Hall's pretty close.
Yeah, Stormhall, Moon's Rest.
Well, Moonrest is mostly elves. Good luck convincing them to do it.
Is there a certain race you're looking for to work a cook?
No. Not a kobold.
Okay, no kobolds.
No kobolds.
What about a goblin? What if we find a stinky goblin? Is that okay? They're kind of shitty.
Goblins have weird recipes. You know, you hire a goblin cook who's supposed to be the best goblin cook in the world, and it turns out that they just use fermented fish and toad juice, and that's apparently the best recipe. And no, it's not.
Huh.
Goblins are okay. No kobolds, no goblins.
All right.
Obviously, no undead. Anyway.
They wouldn't be able to taste.
Yeah, they can't come in the city though.
Hey, there are some deaf people who make some really good music. Okay, if they can make if you can get a zombie that can make a good cake, I'll take it.
That desperate,
Will
huh?
he eat the customers though?
We've got kobolds.
Okay.
I asked Girga for a cup of water for the road.
Didn't we give you a cup yesterweek?
No, that was my twin sister, dipshit.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I'll be like 5 coppers. I don't care.
Alright. I give him 5 copper.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I say maybe we go to Stormhall, but I'm not sure what we do when we get there.
Let me handle that. That's pretty much my purview, is talking to people.
Right.
Getting thrown out of towns once I'm done talking with people.
So Skirgo, what do you think a job like this? How much would you pay for this?
Oh, did you ask Girga?
Yeah.
If it's a good cook, I'll give you 500 gold. Does that sound fair?
That sounds good. Party, what do you
What
think?
about for the cook? What are they getting paid?
Yeah.
How can
I
we
know that.
convince them?
You know, I didn't think that far ahead.
How
You're
much
not
are you
paying
paying the
for
kobold? Yeah, you just
Well, no,
They're not getting paid.
exposure.
Yeah, no, they're getting paid in exposure. But I don't know. It depends on how good a job they do. I'll pay a fair salary. I've got money. It's not a problem.
But if we're trying to convince someone to cross miles and miles to come, it has to be at a fair price. How can we guarantee that?
I don't know, like. He
How
scratches.
long have you run this business, Kirga?
Well, my wife usually handles the finances. That's I don't really look. I don't want to toot my own horn, but when you kind of have a lot of money, which I'm sure you'll get to one day, but it kind of starts getting hard to gauge what a fair price is.
Not really.
Really.
Okay. Why don't we call your wife over then? Perhaps she could assist.
Yeah,
with
she's on a
finance.
hunting trip.
Of course she is.
See.
Yeah, she's over hunting a basilisk in the Tarvian range. You know how it is. Yeah, she had a friend who asked her, and yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Like, I guess. Well, I'll just say like, 50 gold a month and free food and lodging.
A month.
Mm-hmm.
With free board
Yes.
and food?
Mm-hmm. Well, they have to make the food. I'm not making it for them, but I mean, they're cooked. That should be fine.
Yeah. Perhaps we go to Storm Hall then. Biggest.
Is there before we depart? Is there any way that I'd be able to visit like a armor shop in Wayland or no?
Yeah. There's an armorer of some kind.
Of some kind.
Yeah, he's in town now. You know, it's a mobile armor shop. You know.
Does he sell split mail?
Yeah, he does. He sells some nice splint mail too. You know, this is a good traveling armorer. But he's only gonna be in town today.
Does anyone want to give me 23 gold? Does anyone give me a small loan so I can buy split mail and maybe not
Yeah.
buy this campaign?
Small
How
loan
much
of
was it?
23 gold.
I need
23?
23 gold. Yeah. I'll give you
Alright.
23 gold back at the end of the session. How about that?
That's
This.
fine. Let me.
Does he have any breastplate for sale?
Sure. Well,
How much?
okay. So you guys leave the tavern, and
Yeah.
you go over to the mobile armor smith. And like it's this big like Gray, what are they called? Those like houses on wheels?
Like a caravan.
Yeah, kind of like that. And it's like got this forge built into it somehow. Like you're not really sure how. It's probably magic, but like he's out there pounding away at something like in the middle of the town square, and there's like some merchants wincing away and like clearly upset at the noise, but he doesn't care. It's like this big burly like. It's like this 6 foot tall dwarf almost looks like you know, really wide. It's probably human, but he looks like a dwarf. Maybe he's a half dwarf. And he's pounding away. He's got like this blacksmith apron on, this like big beard, like this deep black beard that goes all the way to his belly as he pounds on some kind of armor.
I guess I'll go up to him and say, "Hello there."
The pounding stops and he turns rather quickly and he looks over you. You notice that one of his eyes is blind, like, you know, white and glossed over. And he has like this mark, you know, from the top and bottom of his eye socket. He goes,
Calamir's
and he tilts his head a little bit and his one good eye looks over you and he says, Dragonborn! What can I do for you?
I heard you make some mighty good split mail.
I do. You want some?
How much would a full suit cost?
Standard price.
200 gold?
Aye.
I'll take some then.
Well, that was fairly easy. Alright, hold on, let me grab my cart and get it for you.
Thank you.
And he waddles over and he opens the cart up with a little too much for like, you know, he opens it up in like the span of a fraction of a second, like just opening everything he does is with like too much force. This guy has to be 18 strength or something. And he like steps in the caravan and the whole thing tilts to the side a little bit as he steps in. Real heavy guy. And you hear some rummaging around and some clinking of metal. And like a cat runs out and he like yells, muffins! Get back here! And then he steps out with the split mail in hand and he looks around and can't find the cat and he goes, that bloody cat. Alright, 200 gold.
Alright, I'll give him
you know what?
200 gold I have.
I'll give you 5 gold discount if you get me cat.
Can I, make a check to go see if I can catch his cat?
Sure.
What do you want?
Or I could just talk.
Animal handling. Oh, I'm good at that.
Give a perception and an animal handling.
Okay.
No.
Oh well.
You can't find the cat. Yeah, no, the cat fucked off somewhere, and, like, you guys lost it with, like, you know, there were some people, like, a crowd materializes, like, almost out of nowhere while you guys' back was turned and, like, passes by. You think it's a flash mob, maybe? But you can't tell, like, they're not all wearing a duck suit, so you're not really sure if it is a flash mob. But as the flash mob goes past, the cat weaves between their legs and is gone out of sight.
I approach the caravan. Excuse me, sir. How much for just a breastplate?
Standard price.
Again, which is I am ignorant to a price.
Oh, hold on. He goes into his. He pulls out a large tome and he starts flipping through some pages, brushing off some dust. And he says, "Oh, hold on a second. I need to get my glasses." And he ducks into his caravan, which again tilts under his weight. And he's in there for like maybe a good 2 minutes, just like cursing under his breath. And then eventually he comes back out and he goes, "Oh, alright. I believe, is that 400 gold? I think it is. I think it's 400 gold.
I can't afford that.
Is it really? Hold on. Is splint mail better than...
Well, I wanted something that didn't inhibit
breastplate
stealth.
is medium. Breastplate is medium.
Yeah, I have medium.
Yeah,
Proficiency.
I have the player's handbook open. I'll put it.
Yeah, and... the breastplate is... Why is breastplate 400 gold?
Because it's medium armor, there's no stealth disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah, there's no stealth
It's only 20
disadvantage. That's
pounds.
why I wanted it. Because I was gonna go with like a half plate. I
That's-
also didn't want inhibition and stuff.
Its max is 16. Oh,
Alright, well, I guess
16
it's...
AC.
I guess it's 400 gold in this system.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
What do you have right now?
Just a leather armor.
Oh, what do I do with the what should I do with the chainmail? I have.
Oh, I might. If you don't want it, I might take it.
It's heavy armor.
Oh, never mind.
Is it really?
Yeah, chainmail. Could I sell it to the dwarf? Would he buy it? I don't know if he'd buy it.
He'll buy it for half price.
At first. Alright, so it's normally 75, so
The
how much
cheese.
gold will he give me?
He'll give you like 40 gold.
38, 37.
Yeah, he'll give you 40.
So, okay, yeah, I'll sell him my chainmail because I don't need it anymore.
Alright.
How much would a half plate be? Is that more expensive or?
Half plate is 750 gold.
Oh, jeez. Oh wait, no. Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
looking at
best.
it now.
That's the
I
best
see it
medium.
now. I guess I'll just buy scale mail. That's 50, right?
What do you have right now?
I just have leather armor. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I need something better.
Yeah, scare mail's the same AC as breastplate, it's just disadvantage on stealth rolls.
Yeah.
It's not too
I guess
bad.
I'll just get scale mail, and again, the price I see is 50. Is that? I just have the book pulled up.
Yeah. These are kind of alright. I'll
That makes
work with the
sense.
armor system later because this is a little dumb, but it's fine.
So do I pay for my scale mail?
Yeah, you can pay 50 gold for steel mail.
Okay. Alright, I pay him 50 gold and now I'm getting scale mail.
Alright. Does anyone else want to do any shopping?
Does he
Okay.
has weapons too, right?
Not
No,
really.
this guy's just a mobile.
I was
armor.
thinking about it, but I don't think I will.
You can buy weapons from somewhere else if you like.
I'm not gonna worry about it at the moment.
I think I'm good with weapons. I have a shield and battle axe.
Segura?
I would prefer to purchase a better weapon than a spear, but if everyone just wants to go, we can just go. I'll win
Oh,
it.
spears are busted, I thought. No? Oh, that's 2E. Never mind. Yeah, so say maybe off to Storm Hall, stop in
Yeah, we can just
Sunnyvale
go.
and Frazen on the way and see if anyone there needs a job. that
Sounds
sound good?
fair.
Alright. I guess we mosey our way on over to Sunnyvale.
We mosey.
Oh, you're going to Sunnyvale?
I mean, we're going to Storm Hall, right?
Ah. Alright. Yeah, Storm Hall is a fairly long journey though, without any horses or anything. That's like a week and a half just to get there.
Damn.
Didn't you say on horses a week journey was cut down by 1 day? That's what it was last week. It was a 7-day trip to Westwatch, and if we were on horseback, it would have been 6. And so we were like Nazgul horses.
Right, I keep forgetting that I need to work with 5e. Yeah, it's... Alright, so you guys traveled a week and a half or so to get to Stormhall. And when you arrive, it's a pretty big place, you know? There's walls, like, going around a huge part of town. It's right along, like, it's a port city, so... on one side of Stormhall is like this big bluff, like cliffs, and on like from those cliffs it kind of slants down, and like at that base, like after it slants down, is where Stormhall sits. I feel like I didn't describe that very well. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it.
And it's you guys know that this is kind of like the city. The only city that's bigger than that is Ortina, all the way on the north point, and that's only bigger because it's a major trading city. Stormhall is kind of like the city that you stop at when you're trying to go around like this continent, you know. I'm trying to think of an analogy, but like it's well situated and it's a great city.
It's a city that has a really nice airport, but you don't leave it.
Stormhall has a pretty decent military presence, and you do know that a lot of metal trade goes through here. It's situated kind of like all the villages are around the Tarvian Range, and that's a major mining place. You know, that's where like a lot of the mithril of this land comes from. So Stormhall exports a lot of mithril, and that's where a lot of the wealth and prosperity comes from.
Okay. Well, were there no encounters on the way?
No, there weren't.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where to start with this.
We could go to a tavern. Maybe there's some unfortunate workers there who hate working there.
Hey, you want to come to our shitty tavern that has a bad reputation?
Yeah, I don't know if we need to steal a cook. Maybe we find someone who's out of work, just chilling in the tavern.
Is there like bad parts of this town? Like, is there just like destitute homeless people?
I mean,
We're not gonna pick up a homeless guy as a cook.
He's out on
Like you
the
ago,
street,
that's
he
our
needs a
favorite
job.
tavern. We practically live at that tavern, guys. We don't want some terrible cook there making our food all the time.
Spitting it, like.
Yeah, what's the main tavern here? Or like, I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different bars and inns and taverns and the like. There is a poorer part of town, or poorer part of the city, you know, a slummier part, but that's with every city, pretty much. That poorer part is on the northwest side of the city.
Maybe I'll see if we could maybe just go to a tavern and hang out and see what's going on, you know? See what we can overhear.
Yeah.
Plan.
So you guys just head over to a tavern and chill there?
Huh?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Dryas, you've been a little quiet.
Oh yeah, I don't mind going to the tavern. I can always stand inside and play music for money while just, you know, scoping the whole place out.
Hey, do you want to try that?
Sure.
Yeah, give a performance check. Oh wow, yeah. You get like, I don't even know. You get like 11 gold through the day. But you don't actually, like, the rest of you, you don't hear anything about a cook. You know, like, the cook here seems good enough at their job, and nobody really talks about it. You know, it's not really something that comes up in casual conversation.
Yeah.
Who's is there like active barmaids walking around, or is there just like someone behind the counter?
Yeah, there's some like busty barmaid that like doesn't wear a bra and like has a long V-neck and you know.
Got that big old bosom.
Yeah, very stereotypical.
Bar wench.
Yeah. She's going around and giving drinks to people and getting tips.
Bouncing around.
Yeah.
I get distracted visually. Just kind of.
Do we maybe want to talk to the owner of the tavern maybe or something and see what they know, or see if they.
Whoever's typing, please
anything.
mute your microphone if you're going to type.
What do you guys think about that? We maybe go find the owner and
Yeah, I think that is good.
ask.
See if they have any like family members that they could spare to send to work.
That's a good idea. Sure. I guess we'll go up to the bar and talk to the barkeep, this owner. One of those two.
Is the barkeep present, or is it just like a person behind the bar working?
Let's see. Who is working behind the bar? It is. What's that? It is a really fucking old guy. And you guys walk up and he says, that's far enough. Like, you don't even get to the bar.
Hello?
Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to my bar.
You own this establishment?
Yes. You notice that nobody else is at the bar. They're all at tables and like having a good time, but nobody's at the bar. It gives you a warm smile.
Alright.
How long?
We're
Oh, good.
looking for someone,
Oh, aren't we all?
maybe looking for a job.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not really your job board. I mean, I know rumors and I know a lot of people, but I'm not a job board.
Are there
Yeah,
job boards
we're
here in the
employing.
city?
What was that? I couldn't hear you both at the same time. My ears are quite bad.
Are there job boards here in the city?
Yes.
Where might those be?
Oh, around. I know there's one by the docks. That's the most common one. There's also one by the city entrance to the west. You know, along the road to Wayland. A lot of adventurers come from that way, you know. Some good prime real estate for a job board. You know, my son was the one who came up with that idea. He made lots of money off that job board. I'm very proud of him. Till he died.
Do you know any cooks?
Well, I have a cook right in the back.
Does he have
Any
any?
other cooks?
I know my wife. Until she died.
Maybe we should go look at the job board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
The
I'm
job
already
board's
ready
not
to
a
leave.
cook. Not gonna find a cook.
We're leaving.
Alright. We'll see you later. Do come back.
Thank you.
Probably not.
Yeah, we'll leave. Get us out of here.
Alright, which job board do you guys go to?
I assume you go to the one by
like
the dock.
No, wait, is that like a slummy area?
No, the slummy area is northwest. The other one is to the west.
Okay, well then, yeah, sure. That one.
So you go to the dog
The
one?
one by the docks, yeah.
Yeah, we go to the docks.
Alright. You guys find... Wow, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, no, you legitimately find a posting for cook for hire.
Well,
it
easy
is...
500 gold.
Let's see. Okay. It is a person by the name of Blue, and they have their name written somewhere on there, and it says, "Looking for work. Will take anything. Preferably like noble work." This isn't word for word. I don't have any of this prepared, but it's basically saying that they would prefer noble work. And you
They want to work in a fine establishment.
Well, I'm sorry, not noble, but like as a cook for, like as a
for
servant.
royalty, yeah.
As servant work.
Yeah.
But he'll take anything. And his name is Blue, and you can find him. Where's a good place for you to find this guy? You can find him in the northwest around the well.
That's what it says on there? Or?
On like Jeffrey Street or something like that.
Jeffrey Street.
Okay.
The Jeffrey Street well, ask around.
Okay. I'll say, well, I guess we found potential cook. Maybe we should go try to locate this guy.
Yeah.
I am okay
Let's
with
go.
going to the slums, the slummy well.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go find him, I guess. See what he's doing.
All right.
See if we can find this well.
This is actually not a bad place to break. It's
Sure.
It's coming up on an hour. If you guys want to break for a few minutes.
Sure.
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 All right. We will be back.